So guys, Gowon has lied to the world. Africans has called him out and Igbo politicians, they are dead silent. But now, even former President Ibrahim Babangida has confirmed what the Nigerian government tried to hide for decades. If we don't tell the truth now, they will rewrite our history. That is it. At 91 years old, Yakubu Gowon sat down with Arise News and tried to lie to an entire generation. He said, "I didn't hate the Igbos. I only did what I had to do to protect Nigeria." But we remember the starvation policy, remember the Red Cross planes blocked, remember the no victor, no vanquished lie. Like, remember that there was a time that the Red Cross, they tried to come and help Nigerians, but they blocked their planes. Now, Gowon did not protect Nigeria. He preserved a system built on injustice, and now he wants to clean his legacy with lies. And who stood up? Not the Igbo governors, not even the senators, not the elder statesmen. It was Africanos, bold, fearless and unapologetic, who called it what it is, a national what? Disgrace. If you don't correct the lie now, your children will learn it as the truth. If we keep silent, we will allow the enemy to write our history, and if we abandon our past, we will have no future. Silence is a choice, and truth is what? A duty. Now, where are the so-called defenders of Igbo? Where is the Senate minority leader? Where is the Ohanese spokesman? Where are the historians and university dons? Not one sitting governor released a statement to counter Gowon. That is fact. No one sitting governor released a statement to counter Gowon. No mainstream Igbo media debunked his lies. No top Igbo politician mentioned Africans' truth. And this is why narratives survive, because we allow lies to live unchallenged. But then, out of nowhere, General Ibrahim Babangida, the military genius of Mina, came out and dropped the truth bomb. Now, he said, I will quote what he said. He said, the 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup. That label was used wrongly. There were officers from other regions involved too. Now, these were Ibrahim Babangida's key revolutions. I'll be taking it one by one. The 1966 coup was not tribal. Participants included Yoruba, Middle Belt, even some Northerners. The narrative was manipulated. The label Igbo coup was designed to justify retaliation. The retaliation was far worse. Innocent Igbos were slaughtered, cities were burned, whole villages were wiped. The war was avoidable. If we had told the truth early, there would be no war. That was what Ibrahim Babangida said. History was rebranded. Government silence turned lies into what? It's a textbooks. Now, they told you the 1966 coup was a tribal power grab, but they didn't tell you who ordered the first retaliatory massacre in the north. They didn't tell you that the first Nigerian coup was rooted in corruption and not ethnicity. That the Igbo civilians paid the price for what a military officer did. That the 3 million people who died were mostly children, women and unarmed men. Now, the lie repeated because law, that's how Nigeria was, built. Now, intelligence document that was confirmed. The IDP intelligence and defense personnel units later disclassified files that showed the coup involved Pan-Nigerian officers. Even those within the system knew it was being labeled falsely, to justify war. They have weaponized that lie for over 50 years, but we now have evidence, truth tellers, and the courage, to fight back. Now, that is why Africans is on fire. That's why he's attacking Gowon, not out of hate but out of duty. Because if our children grow up with these lies, then we have failed. The North buried the truth, the East feared it, and Nafrico spoke it. IBB now confirmed it. If you're watching this and you care about the truth, identity and legacy, then speak and also share this video. And also, please don't forget that there's a normal ritual we normally do in this channel. Please, we normally use this platform to agitate for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Please, I want you to type in the comment section, release Nnamdi Kanu. And also, justice delayed is not justice denied. This is a platform where we use to agitate for his release, so that the federal government will know that Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man. So please do well to type in the comment section, release Nnamdi Kanu. And one thing with Nigerians is that they don't like hearing the truth. The fact that Ibrahim Babangida released the truth, there have been so many people saying it's a lie, that Ibrahim Babangida is lying. Someone that came out, after so many times, he was there when the thing happened, he's coming and tell us the truth, and we are still saying that it was a lie. Imagine. Now, let's break down even more hidden truths General Ibrahim Babangida slipped. Now, truths that could shake Nigeria's foundation if people really listen. Now, these are what IBB revealed. I'll be hitting it to you guys one by one. He admitted Nigeria had options other than war. He said dialogue was possible, but those in power didn't want peace. They wanted what? Revenge. He was saying that it was even much possible, to want peace in Nigeria, but the people in power, they just wanted revenge. They just wanted retaliation. Now, he said the war was based on misinformation. The average northern soldiers was made to believe Igbos want to kill us all. That lie was sold like a gospel. IBB confirmed that starvation was used as a weapon. He didn't deny it. He said war has no rules. Translation: they deliberately starved children to death. He said many in the army did not know the full truth. Young soldiers were brainwashed. Others were taken without understanding the bigger agenda. He hinted that history books are government propaganda. IBB said, "We made mistakes in how we recorded our story." That's code for "we lied to the future of generation." Let's not sugarcoat it. Many Igbo politicians have betrayed their people. They chose Abuja over Afikpo. They chose Lagos contracts over Onitsha justice. Now, they won't speak against Gowon because they don't want to offend the owners of Nigerians. They avoid the word Biafra because they fear DSS more than they fear judgment from their ancestors. They focus on elections, not legacy. Nobody wants to be the next Nnamdi Kanu, so they say nothing. They lie to the youth. They promote one Nigeria but send their children abroad just in case. But guess what? Silence is a position, and silence in the face of injustice is what betrayal. Now, the lie that started it all, that the 1966 coup was an Igbo conspiracy, is the greatest fraud in Nigeria's political history. I'll be telling you guys the truth bullets in all these things. Major Kaduna Nzogu was from Delta State, not Igbo by culture or origin. The majority of officers killed were from the north, yes, but some were some of the planners. There were middle belts of officers deeply involved, like Timothy Onwutegwu, a TV man. The IDP later revealed that the coup wasn't ethnic, it was political, targeting corruption and was incompetence. Nigerian textbooks still call it an Igbo coup, even after IBB and others have confirmed it. It wasn't. How do you kill 3 million people over a lie, and 50 years later still tell the same lie in schools? Like, imagine. But he's doing what no governor, senator, or bishop has done. He's telling the truth boldly. Now, he educates the youth on what hidden history. He's calling out people even if they are powerful. He's not begging for appointment or political crime. He's laying a foundation for what historical or correction. He speaks what others call stay behind closed doors. When truth becomes dangerous, only the brave speak it. He's one of the few who dress to speak the truth. Now, if you don't challenge this false narrative, one day your child will open a history book and he will read the Igbo started Nigeria's problem in 1966. They will believe it. They will feel shame and they will blame you for not fighting for the truth. What happens if silence continues? The lie becomes what? Syllables. The victim becomes the villains. Biafran heroes become forgotten. Massacres get erased. The next generation becomes slaves to a false story. This is not just history. This is a war. A war of memory, a war of truth, and in that war, Gowon lied, Nnamdi Kanu spoke, IBB confirmed, and Igbo politicians, they vanished. You must decide today, do you believe lies on Arise TV or truth from the mouth of those who were there? Truth buried alive will one day dig its way out. Now, guys, please, if please, I want you guys to share this video so that people will have to understand that the fact that Ibrahim Babangida has confessed to us. Some people are still saying that it was Igbo coup. They don't want to still correct it, that it was not an Igbo coup but a military coup, like he told us that it was a political something, that it was not ethnical. So please, guys, please just share this video and please type in the comment section free Nnamdi Kanu and justice delayed is not what justice is, because I actually use this platform to agitate for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now let's go on. Do you know what's worse than a liar? A liar who forgets he already told the truth years ago. Because if you dig into Gowon's past interviews, you will see that he contradicted this current "I love the Igbos" nonsense. In a BBC African interview years ago, Gowon admitted yes, starvation was used as a weapon of war. That time, they used starvation, to kill so many innocent children. They used it as a weapon of war. He once called Ojukwu a selfish rebel. Now says he respects Ojukwu as a parrot, as a patriot. He said no victor, no vanquish. But post-war Igbos were giving only 20 euro for their stolen millions. How is that unity? After the war, Biafran children were not reabsorbed with support. They were abandoned to suffer. So where is the so-called no hatred? This man talks peace, but his policy, screamed what? Punishment. Let's talk about Nigerian media, especially the Arise channels and NTA. Because when Gowon speaks, they bring soft questions and smiling hosts. But when Biafran voices rises, suddenly it's a national or security threat. Now, let me expose the bias in all this thing. Arise TV did not ask Gowon about starvation policy. No one confronted him about the 20-euro policy. No journalist raised the issue of the abandoned Eastern economy. Every time an IPOP topic comes up, they shut it down with what fear tactics. They are not reporting history, they are what controlling it. Don't think IBB is the only one who spilled the truth. Others from Obasanjo to Banjuma to even Theophilus Yakubu have already dropped combos of the guilt. Now, I'm going to tell you guys in some revealing quotes of what these people said. Obasanjo in 2000, he said the war have ended earlier. They were political interests who did not want peace. And Danjuma said in a speech, we regret the excess of the war, especially how civilians suffered was unnecessarily. And Yakubu admitted and said the international community warned us about humanitarian crisis. We didn't listen. So after the war, Igbos returned to Nigeria with hope. They thought it's over, let's rebuild. But what did Gowon's government do? They gave them 20 euro, no matter how much they had before the war. Why was this an economic genocide? Igbo men had thousands and millions in bank accounts. They brought their passbooks and account numbers. The bank said, sorry, your Biafran currency is not valid. Then gave them 20 euro flat. This destroyed Igbo businesses, land ownership, and capital for decades. That's not a mistake. That's economic punishment. And Gowon pretends it was, peace. So, you watching this now, this is your fight now. They used to silence our parents with fear. Now they use TikTok, Facebook, and filtered Google history, to silence you. Now, these are what the youth must do. Share this video on every platform. Confront the narrative wherever it appears. Study the disclassified documents and many that are online now. Hold your politicians accountable, even the Igbos. Even the Igbo ones, create, write, speak, and educate, because silence is not an option. Our silence today is our children's confusion tomorrow. So guys, please, not just like I always tell you, please, I want you to type in the comment section, release Nnamdi Kanu, and also justice delayed is not justice tonight, because normally we use this platform to agitate for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, to tell the federal government that he's innocent. So guys, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and see you guys again in my next video.